Hi, hello everyone. Good morning, and back after some pretty good long time. But today, I actually wanted to discuss something very interesting, which is not well much talked about in the world of trading or anything. I mean, it is very well talked about in the general sense. But today I wanted to discuss something more interesting, where it's about what is the importance of being healthy in trading. So actually, I will say importance of health, mental health in trading. So this is not about just being healthy normally. Like that is like you're having good physical health. Yes, of course, you need to have a good physical health. Otherwise, you won't be able to do anything anyway. So that's taken for granted. Like that is the minimum thing you require. Here we'll discuss even more things like what more you require to be healthy. I mean, to trade well. Okay. So, what are the other things that you need to keep in mind? And so, this is like more about it's important to keep your mind peaceful at the same time focused. So, first, let me tell you as to why this is very important. Okay. So, what's the difference between other things like other the kinds of work and stuff like that and the trading that we do? Okay, so every day, what you need to do during intraday. So this is about intraday and some slightly positional trade. So intraday and all, the most important thing that you need to keep in mind is that in this you require to be having two things. Okay, so let's say you, I mean, just let's discuss the time when you're doing the trading in the, I mean, you're analyzing about your trades in the night. Then you don't require a sharp mental focus and super health and anything like that. It's okay to just be healthy. That's enough. Like healthy enough to just be able to watch your trades and analyze. It's as simple as that, right? Whereas in this case, you what is the main difference is that you have to do two things constantly. One is you have to keep observing and taking decisions. So that's all about trading, right? It's a very simple thing. You need to observe and you need to take decisions, right? You just observe this chart, you just see what's happening around and all that. Okay. And depending on this, you actually think about something and then you come to a decision, right? And this keeps happening, and this decision and observing thing continues till you are completely out and you decide that I'm done for the day. Right, absolutely. That's how it works. So that means this requires a very strong and focused mindset. So, in order to achieve this, it's important, definitely, that you maintain a good peace of mind. Right. Suppose, let's say you just don't require, and when you're doing some other things where you just don't require to focus that much, or maybe you just need to focus, but you don't need to observe. In this, you require to observe and at the same time take decisions which impact your money. So that's something huge that you're doing, and for which it's very important to maintain a good health. Right. So what I'll plan this video is I want to mention how important is it to maintain this health thing, and at the same time, I will list out some few things that you need to take care while doing training, and what are some of the important health related things that you need to take care before performing any kind of trades. Okay, this is a very underrated thing, but this is very important. Trust me, it could lead to lot of losses if you don't actually take care of this aspect of your while you're trading. Okay, so let's just list out some few things here. So what are some of the things that you might require? Okay, so one of the thing, the first and the foremost important thing is that you need to have a sound sleep. This is very important. So sound sleep is very important. Why so? So, sound sleep doesn't mean that you need to like be super. You should have slept completely 8 9 hours, and then yeah, if you could do that, well and good. But it's not ideal thing that happens every time. So it means that when you wake up, and let's say you start trading at 9:15, okay, you should not wake up at 9:10. Okay. And then in a hurry that, oh my God, I have this is done, and then 9:15, okay, only 5 minutes left, and you're not even ready completely in your mind. And you just go there, and what you do is you make all sort of nonsense decisions because you're not ready for it. So the thing you need to do is wake up a bit more early. But when you wake up, the most important thing is after you have to freshen up. It's important that you get your mind and think fresh. And once you feel fresh, you should be then you should start. Okay, so never trade if you are feeling a bit sleepy and you're not 100%, like I mean, you're not at least 90%. So, I mean, 100% is a big thing, but 90% at least you should be. And then don't ever trade when your brain is drained out. Okay, this is very important. So why, I mean, why do you not trade when your brain is drained out? Okay, so see, let's say you started trading. I mean, you are okay, you started off good, and you were doing, and you're under constant, you're observing and focus. There were some losses, let's say, and then you're not able to focus, and you feel very tired. Let's say you're feeling very tired. That time, that means tired not in terms of I mean physically, but you're mentally tired, drained out. So then just stop immediately. There's no point doing it. Okay, so that means that this actually means that you have to equip yourself in such a way that your brain doesn't drain out. So for which there comes where your food habits make hell a lot of importance. Eat good food. What is good food? For tradition, fruits and vegetables. Eat a lot of them. You have to eat a good food, something like good fruits and vegetables. No, it's not about meat and all being so healthy and physically excellent with good muscles and all. That's not the important thing. The most important thing for a trader is to have a very, very good, strong mindset. When I say that, it should be in a position to take decisions based on what you observe, not due to some anxiety related thing. So that's where I come. You should not be anxious. Okay. You should avoid anxiety. So this is very, very important. So never trade during anxious times. Okay, never trade in. I've already listed out some of the things here. So I think we could actually go through directly here. So don't trade when your mind is drained out. So yes, the most important thing is no anxiety. Okay, so this is very important. You should not be angry. Anxiety should not be there. But how can you get this done? How to avoid this anxiety? So because when you're anxious, you take trades out of compulsion rather than out of what the screen or the observation tells you. Okay, just because you want to trade, you just take a trade just because you want to trade. You can't stop it. That's what is called anxiety. So this is an important thing which you can address easily if you keep your mind and this thing healthier. There's very less chance that you feel anxious. Right, that's what I'm trying to say. So the thing is, so that's why this is important. So in order to do this, you can do some various things. Depends on the person. Some, I mean, if you do yoga, that's awesome, well and good. You can listen to some good music, or just maybe roam about in some nice windy place. So that you just feel calm and you get that nice inner strength. So that is very important. Okay, so sound sleep, no anxiety, and don't ever trade when your mind is drained out, because irrespective of how much you do, you might reach a stage where on some days you just feel drained out, then just stop it. But here there is a problem that the thing is you can't make the decisions of stopping when you are not well equipped to make the decision. I hope I'm clear. Like, let's say you're not that there lies the problem. Like, you're not in a good position to make decisions to stop trading. Like, that is also a decision that you need to make, and you're not well equipped to do that. So that's why you should be, as much as possible, try to be careful. And when things go out of control, it's better to have a rule that you don't trade when your mind is drained out. And in order to keep it for a longer time, good maintain all these aspects for a long time. You eat good food, so this is how you get it. So when it's a good food, you need to have good amount of fruits and vegetables. Okay, fresh fruits and vegetables, have plenty of them, so that it's important. And also, this is also very important. You need to have enough water, because the mind is constantly under watch. So when you're using your mind in the observing thing, that observing technician, constantly observing technician, this is where you strongly require that you keep sending water to the brain. Otherwise, you just get tired very easily. So make sure that you don't trade when you are thirsty. Drink water, drink enough water, and always take decisions when in why especially in trading, when live trading, especially, you should be taking decision of either selling or buying only when your mind is in a good state. And for that, you need to maintain this mental health. So taking care of health is as important as any other strategies that you might use. All the heck of a strategy you might have, or you might have a superb set of rules, nothing works when your mind doesn't cooperate with you. So it's important that your mind is in your hand, and it's not in an anxious state where you just can't trade. So the main reason, 90% of the time when you make some free trades, I'll tell you an example also. Before that, last but not the least, health is wealth is very true, even more in this. It's like exactly important. If, I mean, you should have health to have wealth. If at least I can say that. If you are not healthy in terms of mind, don't forget about getting wealthy. Okay, now let's discuss more of an example where you might actually face this. Okay, so let's see this. So let's say, I mean, you saw this thing, let's say, and you thought of making it, taking a trade on the on the day before, on the night in July or whatever this is. Okay, you just thought of taking a trade on the downside, and you woke up. You're not in a very good state of mind. You're very anxious. What happens? You just open the thing and you just see something going up. Suddenly, you forget about what you just thought about, and then you take a buy trade. Then you suddenly remember because the mind is again back, and then you just switch to the sell thing. But you're not in a very good state of mind where you can stick on to the sell trade, which you should have ideally done. Not ideally means which you should have done normal in the normal circumstances. Rather, you just exited too early, where you missed this whole profit, and at even you might be, if you're in an even worse stage where you still continue, and then you just take a complete reverse trade on the other side, where you completely change your whole ideology for the day. And at the end of the day, when you just think about it, you just think, what have I done? This happens a lot. a lot. And most of the time, you just feel, oh, it just happened, this happens. The thing, the most, 90% of the time, yes, sometimes it can happen even when you're in the greatest frame of mind. That's okay. That's unavoidable. At least the things you can take in control is to maintain your good mental health most of the time, so that you don't take these free trips, this unnecessary, just mind blank out. This is simply that. Also, the anxiety is a very important thing to address. Whenever you're anxious, you just take decisions not according to what I observe. I am just repeating it, I know, but this is very important that you get this. So that's the thing. So just imagine, you could have, maybe you lose a 10,000 to 20,000 profit that would have got on a day. That hurts. And also, last but not least, it's very important. Whatever has happened yesterday is for yesterday. Don't let it come in the way of doing your trades on the next day. Never do that. That is very important. It's a fresh day, and if you're mental, and that's why when you are in a good state of mind, everything else falls in place. As far as I mean, other strategies too makes importance, but those only to an extent. You can't lose big because of that. So that's it. Hope you it helps someone, and I hope you people enjoyed this watching this video. It might be somewhat preachy, but this is the reality. So that I observed, and hope you get it and have fun. All the best. Reading. Have health. Have wealth. Health is wealth. Bye bye.